Hey everybody, welcome back to FSP Forex Stock Predictions. Hope you're all having a great day. I am the Vortex Trader and today we are looking at the DAX40. We are on the 4-hour chart. Do we finally have an entry? Can we go long? Let's get into it. All right, so we know that we have seen nothing but bearish price action since the 17th of August. We hit this daily resistance up above right here, and price has just fell, leaving us with no moves. For myself, I did not get an entry to go short. Did you guys get an entry to go short? If you did, I would love to hear about it. Leave a comment in the comment section and let me know. However, if I look left, I can see that price is finally back within a region that has been respected as previous support and resistance. So what I'm going to do is turn off the Bollinger Bands currently. Right, let's have a look. Let's delete this word divergence. All right, so we can see, look at these candles, guys. This was even some sort of bullish flag, right? A flag setup. We had an impulsive move. Price broke up and carried on upwards, right? This area has orders in it clearly, right? We can see that price is respecting between these two zones here, bouncing up and down within this area. And if we look right, we can see that price has pulled back to this area. So now we can see if I put a line just like this, we are currently sitting and have touched that support. Do you see that? Right, so this gives me reason to believe a little bit of confluence that price has finally cooled off and we might do some topsy-turvying up and down here, trending sideways before deciding what the next leg is going to be. Are we going to be carrying on south, or are we going to make a retrace and try and get some bullish momentum back? Right. For those of you who are wondering what are these funny pink and green circles, well, as I have mentioned in the past, I am currently forward testing a new strategy for indices. This is on the DAX, and this particular strategy works for me on indices on the 4-hour time frame, and this is why you see these colors. Green are for trades that have won, pink are for trades that have lost. It's a great way to journal your trades. I do this with a lot of different strategies. I always mark them up on the charts as well as physically writing them down. And the reason I do this is because when I go back at the end of the month to check out how my trades have done, then I can go back and look at the actual charts themselves to see where I have won and where I have lost. Let's get into the strategy. We put the Bollinger Bands up. Now, what do I look for? I look for price to touch the bottom, right? The very most bottom of the band, and then I look for a bullish engulfing candle to appear with some strong volume to take out previous resistance. Now this yellow zone is resistance. We can see that price has wicked down, barely touching the bottom, but for me, I will consider it a touch. It is a wick, right? Now, what this current candle has 30 minutes, half an hour left until it closes. I want to see the candle close above this next zone, right? It can even be just a little bit above, but I do want to see strong momentum up above. I want this candle to completely take out these previous 1, 2, 3, 4 candles, right? This is what I would look for, step number 1. All right. Now, step number 2, assuming it does close, and it would be ideal if it actually closed closer to the top of the wick, what I would do is the following, right? I would put my fib retracement tool onto the candle, and I would go from the very bottom of the wick up to the top, and then I would extend it out. All right. This is going to help us find an entry. All right. Then I would use my fib trend-based fib extension tool, and I would take it from the very bottom of the candle to the top of the candle, and then I would extend it out. Right? This is going to help us find targets. All right. Then, last but not least, I would use the long position tool. Now, I want price to close above this yellow zone, guys. Remember? Above, because I would then wait for price to retrace, coming back down to touch the 0.236 fib level. This is where my entry would be. All right. My stop would be a few pips below the 1 fib level. All right, and my targets normally for a setup like this, if we were going with the trend, would be the other side of the Bollinger Bands, right? But because I know this is a counter trend trade, all right, I know that we are going against momentum. I know that we should not be longing the DAX right now unless we really see a decent setup. I believe that we cannot time and find the bottoms perfectly, and I make no claim as to saying that I can be the one to do that. There is no way. I just look for setups in the charts. So if I see a setup, I will trade it. However, I am a conservative swing trader, meaning that if we are against the trend, I will class this as a C grade setup. This is not a perfect setup. Even if we do have this candle close higher than where it is right now, it's not a perfect setup. And the main reason for that is because we are going against the trend, right? So I will risk less and my risk to reward will be less as well, right? Now, how do you come to these conclusions? How do you find which setups are B grade, C grade, A grade? Do you class your own setups? Guys, this has to do with backtesting, going back throughout the charts, spending time on the charts, looking for your technical setups, right? Following your systems and seeing, well, if this happens, then this happens. And if X happens, then Y happens. If C doesn't happen, then does Y happen, right? It's just about making those assumptions and getting a list of rules for yourselves to class your trades. Because if you see a perfect trade, you know that you can risk a little bit more and aim for a higher risk to reward. If you see a setup that is not as perfect, you can risk a little bit less and aim for a lower risk to reward, right? Just common sense, hey guys? So my target, this trend-based fib extension tool will help me find my target, and usually because this is a counter trend setup, if we do get an entry, I will want to target the middle Bollinger Band, and this coincides nicely with the 13473 trend-based fib extension level. And that, guys, is how I get my entry, my stop, and my target for a strategy like this. So, am I going to enter it? Well, currently we got 26 minutes left. We are sitting above this yellow zone. So far, so good. I would like to see some higher momentum. Looking at the MACD, we are clearly bearish, right? The MA lines are sitting below the histogram. We have zero divergence right now. We just look like we have bearish momentum. However, we are on this previous support level. So that's why I said, guys, this is not a perfect setup. By any means, this is not a perfect setup. It's a systematic approach to trading, right? It's a game of probabilities. I found a setup. I found a C-class setup. Now, the only way to know if this particular setup will be profitable in the long run, and I'm speaking generally when you are trading certain edges and strategies, is you have to take every setup that presents itself. If you are a scalper on the 15 minutes and you trade from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. and that is all the time you have for trading, you have to take every single setup that presents itself. You have to treat it systematically, right? Trading is a game of probabilities. So you have to commit to your setup. If there's a setup, you have to take it. Right? And this is how I forward test a certain setup, right? And currently I'm forward testing a new strategy on the DAX, and I'm very interested to see how it does, right? If the strategy is not as good as I think it is, then that's fine, right? But the only way to know it is by back testing it, forward testing it, breaking it, make it break, test it until it breaks, and then tweak it, and then test it again until it breaks, and then tweak it. Get it solid, right? Then you will really understand it and you will have the confidence to get into it as soon as you see your setup appear on the charts. All right, 24 minutes left of this bullish engulfing candle. So far, so good. We are breaking above this resistance. I would love to see some stronger momentum. I really would love to see that. But so far, it's not there. So on that note, guys, let's see what happens. If you are interested to see how this trade out, well, catch me on the weekend when I do the weekly trading breakdown. Visit our website, guys, Forex-Stock-Predictions.com. We have a whole bunch of awesome traders posting their thoughts and analysis across the entire day trading spectrum, right? From whatever you trade, whether it's crypto or equities or soybeans or gold or good old Forex, you will find brilliant traders posting their setups right there. So check it out. We also have some fantastic learning tutorial articles, right? We really go in deep, guys. We cover every possible aspect of learning how to trade, right? So use us as a resource. It is free, and I promise you, you will enjoy it. On that note, let's wrap up today's video. If you found value in this video, please would you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment in the comment section, and I will be seeing you all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. See you later.